Hello, drawing class. I am going to walk you through our Canvas shell and give you a little orientation and overview of our course. All right, I'm going to go ahead and switch screens. Here we go. Hello, class. Welcome to our course overview and orientation. This is my Canvas dashboard. As you can see, this is our course right here, Art 100 3685. It is green and has a little charcoal drawing. If you're not sure how to log into Canvas, the easiest way is just to go to our MiraCosta homepage, click Canvas, and then you can log in with your MiraCosta credentials. There is also a app for your phone if you'd like to use that. Although I do recommend using a computer to do most of your work, as it's probably a little bit easier, but you can use the app as well. So to access our course, you just click on the icon in the dashboard and it will take you to our homepage. Homepage is not much information here. I may update it with some more stuff as we move along, but you primarily just need to go here into our modules to see the different modules of our course. So it's organized by module. We have the Getting Started, which is due this week. And then it's broken down by project. And then it has the week and the dates in which that module runs. And then inside each module, project module, is usually an overview, an introduction, which will have some demonstrations, probably some exercises, a quiz, and then a final project with instructions and a submission. And then they have the due dates and the points listed here as well. And we have 5 different projects we're going to do, and then one final digital PDF portfolio that you will submit at the end of the semester. So let's jump into the Getting Started page. I have a little welcome page here that has a little welcome video and then just a little bit about the course and then what to do to get started. So give that a watch and read that information here. You can proceed in 2 ways. You can click back on module and select the next part of the Getting Started module, or you can simply click Next here and it will take you to the next page in the module, which is the course overview and orientation, which this video will be right here when it's complete. So our project module structure and timeline, they're generally about 2 weeks long a piece, except for module 2, which is 3 weeks. Modules generally run from the first Monday of the module to the 3rd Monday of the module, and that overlaps with the start of the next module. Project exercises are generally due on Wednesdays. This gives me some time to look at them and give you feedback so you can continue on with the projects. All projects are submitted into the submission and critique discussions, and those are due on the last Friday of the module, with 2 peer replies due on the Monday after the project is due. More replies can get you up to 3 bonus points. Project submissions are a 3-part process, which I call insert, attach, and discuss. First, you insert a JPEG image and text into the critique discussion thread. Then you attach the multi-page project portfolio for grading. And then you complete the process by engaging with your peers in the discussion thread. There's a lot more information in the project grading criteria and submission guideline page that outlines all the details of what goes into your discussion post and your project portfolios. Each module will open to you on the Friday before the module begins, so that way if you want to get started on it a little bit early, you're welcome to do that. You're also welcome to submit earlier in the module week. Any work submitted after the deadline will be considered late, and you might lose some points on that depending on how late you are. If you know you're going to be late and you might miss some classes, then email me right away so you can get my approval and we can make arrangements. I think the best way to be successful in this course is just to complete each module and submit it on time. It's really easy to get behind in an art class, and the further you get behind, the harder it is to catch up because art takes time. And if the class runs so much smoother when you get everything submitted on time. It really makes my job easier as well when it comes to grading. So yeah, please just stay on time and get things submitted. Show dedication to your art. Engage with your peers in critique so that way we can recreate some of that community that we have in an in-person art class. Communicate with me. When things come up, reach out, let me know. That way we can make arrangements and help keep you on track and find solutions. I also love to just help you answer questions and learn more about drawing. So show up and actively participate, and you will do well in this class. And there's a 100-point participation grade at the end of the semester that reflects your commitment to the course. So now if we move on to the syllabus, I have a separate video in here that reviews the syllabus in its entirety. So you can watch that and review the syllabus here. So I'll just skip down and hit next so we can move to the attendance requirement. The attendance requirement is in the syllabus, but I put it here again because it's really important. If you do not participate this first week by completing the Getting Started section, you will be dropped from the course. There are many people in the waitlist that would love to join this course, and there might be some bots on this in this class. So we just want to make sure everybody is actively participating and wants to be here. So, be sure to complete this Getting Started section right away. I would say try to get it done on a Tuesday. Most of the assignments are due on Wednesday for the Getting Started. So be sure to jump on this right away. If you do not actively participate for more than 14 days, so 2 weeks, you will be dropped from the course. And simply logging into Canvas is not active participation. That does not account as attendance. You must either submit a project, complete an exercise, participate in a discussion, complete a quiz, or at the minimum, email me with an explanation and a plan to participate, or with questions about a project, demonstration, or presentation. If I don't hear from you, then you might get dropped from the course. So be sure to participate. Since this is online, this is, all we have here. So, and if you're having trouble participating, email me. The sooner you email me, the better. Don't wait 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks and then email me. Email me as soon as you know it's becoming an issue. I want to help you succeed in this class, so you just got to let me know, and we'll work together and we'll make it work. So I sent this page out to you already. This has all of our required materials for this class. It has a Blick U-List, and I recommend this is probably the easiest way to find all the materials because it has pictures, it tells you the price, and you can kind of see all of the details. You can purchase this in store at the San Diego Blick Art Material location. You'll have to buy them into the supplies independently, but they should have them all there. Or you can order it online, but it's going to take you probably a week or two if you order it online, and we have drawing that needs to get done right away. So I recommend, hopefully you got my previous email and you've already started getting all of that coming. Michael's Hobby Lobby do have some of these supplies, but last I checked, they do cost more if you don't buy them through the Blick U-List. So, but you are welcome to get there. But use the Blick U-List to tell you what you need, so you make sure you get the right stuff. And if you already have some of these supplies, just buy what you need. That's great. I have gone in and down here in the list of supplies, and I put which projects we will be using each one of these supplies for, so that way if you need to buy things and purchase them along the way, you can budget appropriately. If you have any questions about this, just let me know. I I understand that art supplies can be complicated and challenging and expensive. So reach out if you have any questions. So here's where I go a little bit more in detail about the project grading and the submission guidelines. So each project is going to be graded based on its craft and presentation, which is 50% of the grade. The concept is 30% of the grade. And then the submission requirement and the critique discussions are each worth 10% of the grade. Here's more details on how to actually submit your project with the Insert, Attach, and Discuss program. So read through these in detail so you really can be sure you understand exactly what it is you are required to do. Documentation of your artwork is very important, and I have another separate page on documenting your artwork here in the Getting Started module. The project portfolio requirements, so for each project submission requires you to submit a project portfolio for grading. So this is what is generally required in those portfolios. Each project itself will have specific directions for this as well, but this is a general overview of what it is. And I do have one example from another class to help you get started. When you're creating your project portfolio, I recommend using Microsoft PowerPoint or Google Slides because it's just a little easier to manipulate your images in there. But you can also use Microsoft Word or Google Docs or Adobe Illustrator or InDesign or whatever other program you prefer, so long as you save it as a PDF file. The only file I will accept for these portfolios is a PDF file because otherwise I probably won't be able to read it because Canvas doesn't work well with lots of other random files. So be sure to follow all this, and then I recommend once you create your first portfolio, save that and just reuse that and update it with the new information, which will help make it go a little faster. Here's information on how to do the critique discussion thread. So read through that. And then I have a lot of information in here of how to just critique well in the course. So be respectful, work together, give praise, but be honest, try the sandwich model, get specific and use course vocabulary. If you're not sure where to start, I have information here that you can look at, and there's more information down here you can also read as well. So let's proceed on to the next page, which is the basic just netiquette guidelines and basic skills that you need for the class. So ultimately, a lot of this is just be nice, be respectful to each other, use a positive tone, use correct spelling and grammar, those types of things. And then these are the basic skills. I imagine most of you already know this stuff, but just in case, these are a lot of the things you might need to know for an online art class. I have a website I'm building with more student resources. So we've got a student resources page, an online education page which says IT support and help with Canvas if you're not sure how to use Canvas. And then we have our care team here as well. So documenting your artwork for this class is very important. So it's worth 10% of every project, and every artwork you submit should be in focus, well lit, and cropped squarely with no distracting background elements such as carpet or tables. I don't want to see your carpet. I don't want to see your bed comforter, right? I just want to see the artwork. So this is a good example. I might try and put some other examples, more examples in here in the future that show good documentation. But I have all the steps laid out here very clearly for you to help. I really like taking my photographs near an open window or an open door where there's a lot of natural light coming in. That way you get nice, even light across the entire artwork. Artworks, if it has a shadow on one side and really light in another, it becomes hard to read. So it's really important that you have good placement, good lighting, and then before you take the photograph. And don't use any filters. And when you're laying out your artwork with your viewfinder, make sure it's nice and square. Notice the edges of my artwork are parallel to the edges of the viewfinder. This will really help you crop it later and just make the best artwork. Once you have a good photo, be sure to then crop your piece. So the crop tool looks something like this, and you'll drag these corners in to make sure you crop it nicely. If you need to rotate or warp it a little bit, you can do that as well. Every phone model is different, so if you're not sure how to do this in your phone, I would just say just do a quick Google search on how to do it with your phone model. Probably answer it quite easily. If you're still having trouble, reach out, we can talk. So yeah, notice the image looks great. Now this makes it easy for me to see. I can be sure to grade it well and be able to give you the points it deserves. Okay, I think that is pretty much the getting started section. Now that we've gone through that information, you can go ahead and complete the getting started quiz. You might want to just get some of the answers wrong because I have some really funny responses to those, but you can take the quiz as many times as you want. It's mainly just a review of a lot of this, so you get a lot of some of the major points. Then go ahead and introduce yourself and complete the introduction discussion, and then complete the first drawing prompt, which is the 3-object self-portrait. So, and all the instructions for that are right here. You're essentially going to create a portrait using 3 objects. And it's just helping to get us going here. So when you complete that, you will post a photograph of your image by clicking reply. And then you will insert your drawing by going down here to the upload image button here. It's really important that you use the insert image tool here, because that will put the image right in the window here. Don't attach it or anything like that. Be sure to use this tool when you're inserting images directly into a discussion thread. And then put a little bit of put your text in here as well about what the images you chose. All right. I'm looking forward to really getting to know each one of you this semester and see your drawings. So let me know if you have any questions or need any more support. Okay, we'll talk later.